Sound Choice Spotlights, Spotlight, 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 Sound Choice Spotlights. More Sound Choice Spotlights, 15 songs a disc. Here's sets of Sound Choice discs here. Going back to 1993 when we started in karaoke. There's some discs here from 1993. The reason they're still wrapped and we never had them in books, when they originally did this, they put them out and they didn't have any graphics. You had a little song sheet in there. So back in 1993, that's how it was. I've been around karaoke that long. If you've been around karaoke that long, you know we were out on the computer in about 2003, 2004. But prior to that, we were all on disc just like everybody else. If you look here, here's an entire set of Foundation 2. Here's a whole more set of Power Picks. There's another Foundation 2 set there. Here's a whole pile of Spotlight discs. Here's a bunch of the Reminiscing series and a whole bunch of the old Power Picks. Here's a bunch of leftovers that didn't get put in with all the National Singing Championships that came out in 1999, if you remember that. Here's another Foundation 1 and Foundation 1 below it. You want to doubt that they're there, there's Foundations. There's another one, a rubber band there. Here, I'll break the rubber band so you can see Foundation. Foundation 1. Another Foundation set over here. I'm sorry, these are bricks. 2 sets with bricks. And once again, I'm kind of doing this on the cuff. I'm going to have to edit that, and I don't know where I'm going to do it. I'm just letting you guys know. I just dumped I don't know,
whole shelf.
3 or 4 sets of Sound Choice Foundation discs on the floor because there's not a screw on one side of the shelf, and I didn't notice that. Once again, we are doing this just to show people what's going on and how we do our music and where our original copies are. If you're a bar, I want you to know that we have the copies, but you obviously don't want me trying to carry all this into your bar, do you? So that's what we're doing. Obviously, I'm dropping stuff and knocking stuff down. If you want to come around here a little bit, Bob, I don't know how close you can get. Here are Sound Choice a couple years ago came out with 12 packs of Headbanger discs. Here's 4 sets of those, 4 sets of the Mama discs. As you look up here, here's a Sweet Georgia Brown set. Here's a whole bunch of Chartbuster here. Here's 3 full sets of the Hot Stuff Party packs, which we had some over on the other side too. Laying here is a piece of paper. That was my Cavs USA price list, my dealer price list from back in 2007. It's still sitting here from when they updated pricing. They're out of business now, and their discs are out all over the internet for a little bit of nothing. I'm not real happy about that because I spent a freaking fortune on the ones over on the other side before that happened. So that's just the way of the world. If you can back up a little, Bob, I'm going to try and show them what I'm sitting on. As I mentioned when we started, we were doing everything first in discs, and then we switched over to nylon books. We had 3 sets of gear out. Those 3 sets, since we went off computer, are still sitting in storage. Bins have broken, some things have broken. That's where all those rubber banded things came from. There's boxes of bins here. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. The ones that don't fit are on top here. Here is once again, we just buy stuff. Country Chartbusters, 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 more Chartbusters, more Chartbusters, 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 more Chartbusters, Chartbuster, Chartbuster. Oh, I guess we don't have much Chartbuster, do we? More Chartbuster. We get into some Pritis here. Pritis. More Pritis. More Pritis. Those are the 12-pack things that went out to dealers. Here's some of the Lost Classics. There was actually a set of those over on the other side. We have all of these. We bought all of those sets. I'm going to turn around here. Once again, here's another whole bin of discs. This one case is too big. These are. This is the Sound Choice section of that one. This is just the Sound Choice disc from that set. Keep a look here. There's Power Picks. There's the Reminiscing series. Here's one of our original Foundations besides the ones that are over on the other side. Here's some of our old bricks. And once again, all these sets are pretty much the same because when we started, we buy 3 sets at a time. Over the years, like I said, we've had a couple books break, and those are the ones that are laying over there. More on this side. Bob and I are both addicted to 70s and 80s music because we're both old. So we have tons and tons of 70s and 80s. We have a little bit of country because I have to give in to that, and we're in Arizona, and part of why it's messy here and I'm in shorts today is because it's freaking 105 degrees right now. So it's warm. Then there's a whole Sweet Georgia Brown set on the back side of this. So get an idea. Bob, if you want to back up, I'm going to keep coming across here. That was set 1 originally, and part of that is what is broke over there. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I think set 3 is the one with the broken one. This is most of. Actually, this is mixed set 1. That must be set 2 over there, as I look, because I'm seeing set 1 all over the place. You know, this one's got this super core. Here's a bunch of the top hits, a bunch of UK karaoke top tunes that came out a few years and then went away. Pop Hits Monthly. I told you we subscribed to those for like 7 years. Here's some pop hits. There's a Nakota Sava set, a bunch of Sunfly on the back end there. A couple star discs went there. Radio stars, country stars. We have radio stars and country stars all over the place in these sets. Honestly, if you're a KJ, country stars, radio stars, Top Hits Monthly, the old versions of Pop Hits Monthly back in the day, karaoke.com used to run them for like $2 or $3 a disc all the time, and we bought up everything we could get. Coming across here, more stacks, more leftovers. Here's an all hits. You know, as I scroll through here, I don't know if you can kind of get in there.
Hot stuff.
That's another hot stuff set. There's a bunch of Hell of a Discs, Doctor Music. There's one of our DK sets there. Dangerous Discs. That's a whole set of those. You remember Country Hits Today, and they had the Country Hits Monthlies. I think that was. There's Country Hits Today. No, that wasn't the Country Hits Monthly. There's Country Hits Monthly. That was old Stellar stuff, if I'm not mistaken. There's Amerising, a bunch of those. And once again, I just put a different book out from each one so we could kind of show it to you. Can you come across here a little bit? We have some crappy discs too, got to admit that. There's Pocket Songs. They're not a crappy disc, by the way. These are performance tracks. Those weren't the greatest discs, so we didn't buy a lot of those. Party Time, Cyber Dance. They had some neat versions of some different stuff. Here's a bunch of old New Tech, North Star discs, Nashville Music Maestros. That was a Voco Pro up there. A couple hot hits loose there. But as you go across here, that's a whole lot of discs. Bob, follow me around the corner. Here, this is a box we get in once a month. This is from MGM Distribution, that's Stellar Records. There's one disc out of here. The reason is I take one out, I unwrap it, I go rip it. It's in the room where I rip our music. We buy one set of the regular discs, 6 sets of the MP3 plus G. We do that every single month. We've been doing that for years. If you notice up here, here's a bunch of the the annual discs from Chartbuster. They come out twice a year with a 50-song disc. We buy those when they get them. A couple of them. I'm going to leave one of those there so you can see it. Conclusion. We pay for a disc. We have 1-for-1 copies. If you have 5 sets of gear, you need to buy 5 sets of music. That's what keeps the karaoke industry moving. If everybody continues doing what they're doing right now, buying illegal hard drives, downloading music and putting copies on everything, buying one disc and making 6 or 7 copies, the companies that are making discs, that are making valid discs, are going to be out of business, and we're all going to be without any good karaoke content. I love music. I love karaoke. Sometimes it's hard to love karaoke with some of our singers, but we do our best. We're all about doing the right thing. We're all about helping you to do the right thing. So once again, if you're out there and you're a host and you have multiple sets, I recommend you go do this and put out a little video and show people where your discs are and let them know. I hope I didn't make this go too long. Hopefully I didn't bore you to tears, but that's what we got. Thank you so much.